in a rose, all that she knows. To the gym, school and home is all that she goes. Good to her man is all that she throws. A bright future with a king is all that she chose.
My name is MalForte. I'm a hip hop recording artist from Jacksonville, Florida, currently in Tallahassee at Florida A&M. And this is my story.
Yeah, and that's my girl and I love her though. The same love I would never give another, yo. Writer's block arrives, she inspires another flow. This river of pain, she inspires another road.
It's a few years now because I started knowing who you were a few years back. But I just want to ask, what really helped you to get into the music industry, and do you consider yourself being in the music industry or just an artist?
Well, I would say starting off, because I started with just poetry. It wasn't even, a rap perspective or angle or objective at all. It was just me doing poetry just for the sake of letting it out. But I linked up with a friend of mine, Jahan Sweet, who he's actually currently Kalani's producer. Like, he did the whole "You Should Be Here" tour. Like, that's him. But he's from Jacksonville, so we got he just told me to come to the studio, because I had the poetry. So he was like, I got some beats. He made beats, so we just kind of worked together and kind of played around with some stuff. We had some little songs in Jacksonville, But that was my introduction to like the music industry perspective, because he was trying to do it. As you can see, he's doing it.
Right.
So he was, I guess, kind of inspired, my inspiration to be an artist, a serious artist.
Okay.
Yeah. And you said, do I consider myself in the music industry or just an artist? I definitely consider myself in the industry. I feel like whenever you have a certain amount invested financially, you're in whatever industry you in, whether you're profitable or not.
Okay.
Yeah, you got businesses that's been out for decades, but under the bottom line or in the red, but they still in the industry.
Right.
So whether you making millions of dollars or whatever, or you just selling CDs for $1, you're in the industry to some degree because you invested into it, I think.
And that's a good way to look at it. I've never really looked at it that way, I guess. And one question that you sparked for me was, you said you used to do poetry, and then you got into the studio. How did your flow come about? Was it just kind of like you heard the beat and you were still saying your poetry like, you jumped to something else, or was it just like, oh, I know how I'm gonna do this, and it just your flow came to you?
Okay, I'll start. Cause I started as a poetry as far as me writing, but I was always a fan of music, of course. So I listen. I have a lot of inspirations. Like I listen to the Outkast, the Ludacris's, Nelly Country Grammar was my first album. Kanye West, Twista. I had a Twista phase that I think, and looking back, I kind of realized this about a couple months ago, that my Twista phase is kind of what influenced my style of wordplay and lyricism.
And I can kind of see that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely that was a big inspiration as far as the style. Just that I used to literally like print out the lyrics and like study the lyrics just so I could spit them in the mirror, like as my own accomplishment.
Right.
Yeah, but looking back, that was actually training subliminally to get my mouth and tongue to be able to do what I do now.
Got you. How do you think your style, as far as your image and how you present yourself to people, came about? Because when I was looking at some of your videos, it switched up a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I saw you in something that was kind of like a suit, and then I saw you in regular street clothes, and then I saw you in just something that you might throw on just to go to a day party or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, is it something where you're versatile, or is it like you let someone direct you on how you dress?
It's a couple answers to that, I guess. I do see myself having an element of versatility as far as my appearance. I'm sure you remember I just cut my locks off, so I
almost forgot until I walked up and I was like,
yeah.
So yeah.
So the locks was like kind of like the more urban look. That was like the urban phase, being from Jacksonville, everybody got locks. With the fade, that's regular. So that was like the urban side of things. But coming to college and experiencing a different environment and meeting all kinds of people in different styles, I wanted to broaden my fashion horizons and kind of step out of my element and kind of wear different things, and then obviously cut my hair.
Right.
Now I got to accent my clothes gotta match the hair now, so I can't, you know. So it's kind of still evolving. It's still growing. And, you know, it's just kind of an ongoing thing.
How do you feel without your locks? Because I just realized when I was, you know, recapping on your videos and stuff before I came, I was like, dang, his locks real long, because I got locks. So I'm like, dang, you know, can't wait till mine get that long. But now that I'm seeing you without them, it's just like, that's a big change. Like your scalp even a little different, you know what I mean? With the locks gone. So it's like, what is that like? For as an artist, was it like once you cut them off and you went to go buy me your videos, was it like, I'm kind of bald head now, or
I didn't have the like, dang, I don't have hair moment. Like I woke up the next day, like, oh snap, like, oh yeah, I did cut them. But as far as the impression or the reaction from it, it's like it's been a lot of good reception. Like I feel like, and I got a lot of consensus in saying that it enhanced my image and it accents my content more than the rougher locks look.
Okay.
You know, because just being that the way I speak and the content that I talk, the topics I use, I guess it kind of matches more. I just got that feedback from some people. But personally, I definitely like it over my lock phase.
Wow.
I love my lock because that was like a 9-year relationship.
Right.
So I love that part of me because it's literally like you're gonna have a bond with your hair.
Right.
You know, so I love that part of me. But as far as a brand and just me socially, like I do like my cut better. Okay,
where do you think your subjects come from as far as like what you rap about? Because it comes from over there, and then all of a sudden it be like
way over there.
over here. So it's like where does that come from?
I mean everywhere, honestly. Like, cause I mean I'm 23, so I'm still experiencing stuff and still like changing my mind and making my mind up about things. You know, I'm still growing and still maturing and just still growing. So I could feel about like A Monday and then Tuesday I'm like, no, I think it's Z.
Right.
So it's just a part of my life where I'm kind of transitioning and growing and settling my feet. And on top of the fact that sometimes with the music, it's I might have a song that I did like 4 years ago, with on a project with like a year-old music. So it's like I talked about something that I ain't even on that song, but it's on this project. So it's like, dang, well, you know, so it I just had to. That was just a phase of me kind of getting out stuff that I yet to put out. But I'm pretty much done with that. So it shouldn't be like too much more drastic size of the spectrum as far as content. But yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay.
Shoot. Had to straighten up a little bit before y'all came and make sure the smell was gone. R.I.P. the dog last night from El Patron. Troll shot his homeboy in the parking lot and he held him long. But dog died in the hospital, R.I.P. because he dead and gone. But you know, it's all good. It's your boy Forte getting a quick interview with my girl DeiLake. K Brands behind them MC, what you mean, 1, 2. You already know in the spring I'm graduating. Atlanta, what it do? I'm sliding up out of Tally. It was cool, but I had to go. Excuse me, my burp was coming, so I had to slow. I'm just chilling though. It's Marvin the mic and the 1s and 2s. What you mean? Forte coming soon with the album too.
Dope. Definitely dope. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm not cussing, but fuck it, I can't wait another day. Let's elope, just a joke, unless you'll go. I can't think of what to say when you're close. Time slows, I froze, but your loving thawed me out. Melted ice, it felt nice. And if I'm locked down, you buy me out. And you my ride or die without a doubt.
I don't care what my friends see. All I see is you. I don't mean to get emotional.
What up, it's your boy MalForte. You already know, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at MalForte, MalForte_. Facebook, MalForte. MalForte.com, the website. EPK MalForte, everything MalForte. You already know. Hip hop versus everybody. It's the panda.